Hello, everybody. This is Vicente Vasquez or Vince from now on. So remember, my name is Vicente Vasquez and Vince from now on, and we are live. And see on the background, I have my little girl's photos on the background. So, a little bit about myself. I have studies and specialization within the area of economics, economic growth, and psychology, business, entrepreneurship, and religion. Can you believe that? Religion, Christian faith, that is. Judeo Christian faith religion. That's a little bit of my academic background vis a vis slash experience as well, hands on experience, getting my hands dirty, doing everything that I have to do in order to make a living. Just kind of like you guys. Everybody over there in Yahoo land, in Twitter land, in Facebook land, in all the lands out there, even in TV land. I'm just like you guys. I have to make a living. I have to work every day. Almost 9 to 5, kind of like the Dolly Parton song, working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. But that's me. And that's you, most of you, 98% of you. That's exaggerating. Let's put it 95% of you. That's still about the bulk of the population. 320 million, 95%. We are working class. We get a W 2 every year. Even those folks, according to a gentleman by the name of Max Better, with W, he, in his large treaty or studies on sociology and people and politics, he writes everybody who gets a paycheck is working class. Even if he gets $250,000, he gets a W 2, he's a working class person. The one who is not a working class person is that person who could even be the one who's pushing the hot dog cart. He's an entrepreneur. He makes his own living. He might be self employed, but he is part of the middle class because he makes his own living. He gets a 1099, or he has to declare a Schedule 2 in his income tax, which makes him an entrepreneur. Now, there are some entrepreneurs who have a double life. We might say it's the best of both worlds, but it's really not because, it they get a W 2 and they got to write a Schedule C in their income tax to make their declaration of what they get as entrepreneurs, their income, and that bumps up to some amount. Hopefully, they do it right and they don't skip ground and try to poke Uncle Sam's eyes out by cheating on their taxes, which happens all the time. Even the Trump man probably cheated on his taxes. I mean, it's not uncommon. I mean, you would be surprising that he didn't, especially him. I mean, I can see maybe somebody else, being pretty straight down the line, but him, that's like scratching your ear with your elbow. That's pretty much comes down to that. He probably cheated on his taxes so bad he wants to hide them because any good enrolled agent can break those taxes down no matter how complicated he says they are. That's a bunch of bullshit. There's no such thing as complicated taxes, not for an enrolled agent and not for a tax attorney. There's no such thing. The rules are pretty clear cut. And if he cheated on his taxes, he cheated on his taxes. I mean, what's there to do? But he wants to come out clean. He wants to come out like a good guy, which brings me to the question: is he a good guy or a bad guy? Somebody who cheats on the taxes, is he a good guy or bad guy? Somebody who files 6 or more uh, bankruptcies, is he a good guy or bad guy? Somebody who doesn't pay the payroll, is he a good guy or a bad guy? Somebody who doesn't pay the suppliers, is he a good guy or a bad guy? Anybody who cheats other people, is he a good guy or a bad guy? So, I mean, that's only on the business end. Now, The social end, there's probably a laundry list as long as a toilet paper. But just on the business side, you know, I came up with that laundry list, which can explain why we are in a debacle or a debuncle, or we're being debunked. You know, I keep asking myself the question, what does it mean? Let's make America great again. Like, what does that really mean? You go to France. What do the French do? Oh, they think America is the greatest thing that ever happened since apple pie. You go to Russia, Amsterdam, Bosnia, Czechoslovakia, Prague in Czechoslovakia, Vietnam, Thailand, Singapore, Peru, Brazil, Colombia, Argentina. You go to all those countries, and what do you see? What do you see? What do you hear? Oh, we want to go to America. Of course, the land of opportunity, the land where there's a dream to be fulfilled. And they are negated for many reasons for that dream to come true in their own country. So Hollywood probably is the greatest promoter of the US in the world. I mean, nobody has that industry in the whole world. Nobody has that industry like Hollywood. They all have industries in the movie and entertainment world. Many countries do. The Russians have it, British have it, you name the country, Mexico has it. But in the dimensions that Hollywood is put together, nobody comes close. So, with all the movies that come out, about let's call it a 60-40. 60% of those movies promote the American dream. And that's why many people, and I say many people, from all walks of life in in all 200 countries in the world, uh, want to come to America because they feel that this is a land of opportunity. Here's where the American dream can be fulfilled. Here's where their dream can be fulfilled. Now, you got people that got huge amounts of skill. I mean, you got very skillful people that come and immigrate to the US. And yeah, they begin to work. I mean, they got to start somewhere. Everybody has to start somewhere. Well, they begin to work and they do what they have to do, pay their taxes, get a wage check, get a W 2, and life goes on. But what they are looking for is for that moment in a short span of time. They're not looking like people until they get like me. No, they're gonna do it in a short amount of time because that's the time they have to start their business, whatever their business in their mind is going to be. They learn that they need to write a business plan. They learn they need to understand financials. They learn how to planning. They know how on whether they're manufacturing, providing a service, or providing some trade or some skills, some artistic skills, some humanity skills, some culinary skills. They know how to do that. They know they have to explain that, and they're out to make a profit. They're not out to lose money and be a lady of charity. No, they're out to make a profit, and then of course they're going to give money out to help charities, to help like anybody. But out of all the business out there, I would say, and I would venture to say, except somebody might contradict what I'm going to say and adjust it, but I would say out of 100 businesses to start, 60% of those businesses want to grow. They want to grow beyond being a small business. They want to grow beyond being a medium sized business. They want to get up to the corporate level. And they want to create an IPO, initial public offering. That's what that means. Because that's part of the American dream. They're on saying, I want to stay small. But sometimes staying small doesn't mean that they're begging for mercy or they're asking for charity. No. Some of those small businesses are $1 million businesses. It's shocking if you look into those businesses. You'll be surprised what I've seen. Some of those businesses that are small, they make $1 million profits with no aches or pains, and they take advantage of everything that's out there. I mean, there's companies that piggyback on Lockheed Selma to say that Boeing. I mean, Boeing is a multi-million or multi-billion dollar company who gets government contracts. And of course, some of these smaller companies piggyback on Boeing to get part of that government contract. That's just the nature of the beast, and they make millions of dollars. I mean, that's just how business is done. We can't accuse them of anything wrong, but we do want to make sure that they know what they're doing. And I've been able to help many businesses. I can still help many businesses, but I had hands-on experience helping small businesses not only start, but grow, expand, and create more infrastructure in their existence. And they create jobs. Of course, they create jobs. Of course, many small businesses that I've run across cheat their people. I preach them that they should do that, but you know, there's a dividing line. You're the consultant, they're the business, so they can say, you know what, walk away because we're not going to do what you're going to say. Yeah, so it is. That's the way it is. You walk away because you can't do nothing. But many of those businesses cheat their people. They do all kinds of trickery in order for them to come up ahead. Now, I do blame them on that category. I think they're totally dishonest businesses. They cheat on the payroll. They cheat on the benefits of the people. And there's no umbrella. There's no life jackets. There's no parachute for these people to jump in. The government, take the Trump man, for example. He's the one right now. Take the Trump man, a moral hazard individual. I mean, if you ever heard of moral hazard, this is it. Now, the word became popular during the 2007, 2010 crisis recession that we had on the capital markets, but that'll be a topic that I discuss in the next video or in another video. Capital markets, what they are and what they are not. Nonetheless, the stock markets, they all were part of Lehman Brothers, fell down to the ground. It was a scapegoat for many reasons. So I'll touch base on those situations when I come back, and hopefully you guys will follow me, and hopefully you find my conversation interesting, which I hope you do. But those are some of the things. The Trump man right now, is he really? Does he really think that $400 is going to make a big difference on the paycheck? I mean, it's going to make the people not go back to work. Whatever they get $300 or $400. Let's say 500. Let's be optimistic. They get $600 a week on unemployment, plus 400. That puts it $1,000 a week for unemployment. It only lasts so long. It's not like forever. So they know that no matter how much they stretch it, they have to live by that rule of time limit. So of course they want to go back to work. So that's where things. I'll leave that for you to meditate on, because that's very very interesting to think about. How many people are like me. I know that this is not going to happen. We're not going to look at things and say, "Oh yeah, we're going to pay all our bills and be flying high and mighty." No, that's not going to happen at all. That's not going to happen even at the beginning of it. We live from paycheck to paycheck, no matter how we cut it. Whether we're unemployed or employed. But the most important thing is that we are employed, because we know that's something that's going to be let's say, relatively simply said, it's a lot longer time than the minute $400 is going to deal for a limited time. So limits are always not good, but they cushion ourselves a little bit. We got to save money. We can't spend it all the time because we got bills to pay. We got gas to put in the car. We got food to put on the table. And we got medical bills. So there's all this expenses they outweigh. We got the mortgage to pay. We got the rent to pay, especially those that are like me. We rent houses, we rent apartments. So we don't have the luxury to be floating around saying, oh, look at me, I'm a great guy. No, we're not. We're in this debacle, we're in this pit hole, and we got to get out. We got to have people to recognize the value that we contribute to the business. Because we do. Without us, that business would not exist. How's it going to make a computer? How's it going to put the bottled water? How's he going to make pencils? How's he going to make toilet paper? He can't. He needs people. How are we going to make cars? We need people. And they don't reward us. They don't acknowledge us. I mean, there's something wrong in the picture. And do you think that Trump man really cares? Hell no, he doesn't care. So just remember the word moral hazard. I got to go. So you have a wonderful night, everybody, a wonderful day. And we'll come and see you soon. Thank you.